Milo and the Magical Stones. In the middle of the sea there was an island, and on this island there lived a mouse and a cliff mice. They loved their island. It supported them with food, shelter, and protection from its own storms that pounded the waves and the cliffs. During the summer, Milo and his friends worked on gathering food. Sometimes they would take a break from their work and skip flat stones over the sea. In the evenings, the mice would stretch out on the cliffs that had been warmed by the sun and watch the stars in the night sky. If it was warm enough, they would spend the entire night out telling stories and enjoying a mild summer air. But when the first winter storms arrived, the mice would spend most of the time huddled in the dark, damp caves, dreaming night warm.
I'm gonna like me when I do the right thing and return what I found, even if it's a ring.
After one of these storms, Milo crept out of the cave looking for food. He poked his nose curiously into every crevice. Then in a particularly deep crevice, he saw something extraordinary. A strange glowing stone. Using a long stick, he carefully pried it out and carried it back to his cave. Milo was amazed to see that the darker it got, the more brightly the stone glowed. Not only did it provide light, it would also give off a comforting warmth. Happy, Milo curled up in the corner of his cave with his treasure. But he was not alone for long, because the bright light soon attracted other mice. Everyone wanted a stone of their own, and everyone asked Milo to show off them somewhere. They found this, but just as they were about to set it off, wise Balthazar stood up and spoke. "Don't forget," he said, "the stones belong to the island. If you take something from the island, you must give something in return." A happy ending, a sad ending. And the mice dragged the glowing stones into the caves. They grew greedy and jealous and spent much of the time worrying about who had the most stones, and they couldn't even enjoy the comfort of the stones brought to them. Milo watched his friend sadly. He worried about Balthazar had said and wondered what would happen. He sighed. There was nothing he could do but get back to work on the gift he had due to the gift to the island. So the mice decided that they needed more of the magical stones. They crept back into the tunnel and dug day and day and day, piling the magical stones in and around their caves until the whole island glowed. They boasted about their stones and argued about who had the most, biggest, and brightest stone. The mice were consumed by greed, and then the deeper and deeper, and the walls of the mountain were thinner and thinner. Before long, the mountain was hollowed and completely hollowed. And suddenly, with thousands roar, the mountain collapsed. Giant boulders fell, burying the tunnels and a heap of rubble. Waves pounding against the shore, flooding most of the island. Only one cave was left. Inside, Milo Balthazar crouched, tumbling in the corner. "The stones have brought such happiness," said Balthazar quite quietly. As he spoke, Milo went back to work, giving the stone a magic gift. And